Hey there! Today we are talking about the modern era in music. Modernism happened between approximately 1890 and 1950. Let's explore an ant colony to learn more about the period. In the middle of our colony is a big flaming number 1. This number 1 represents World War I, lasting between 1914 and 1918. This war had a major impact on the composers and music of this period. Composers started creating music that was inspired by the traditions, people, and characters of their home countries. This is called musical nationalism. Musical nationalism is shown here as a color guard of ants carrying the flags of many nations. Composers like Igor Stravinsky, a Russian composer, would use traditional folk songs to depict Russian subjects. One of Stravinsky's most well-known works, Petrushka, used Russian folk songs to represent the world of the Russian countryside. As we discover more within our colony, we see ants bursting open an eighth-note piñata. This scene represents composers bursting or breaking the normal rules of harmony. Breaking rules was something many modernist composers enjoyed, partially because it made their music cutting edge. Modernist composers like Arnold Schoenberg began to explore different ways to make music. Schoenberg was a pioneer in creating new, unique-sounding music. One of the musical languages Schoenberg used was called Atonality, or music that has no home key and resists normal harmony. We represent Arnold and Atonality as an A-shaped schoolhouse. Here is an example of Arnold's atonal music.
Den Wein, den man mit Augen trinkt, gießt nachts der Mond in Wogen nieder. Und eine Springflut überschwemmt.
The name of this school is the Second Viennese School, which was the actual name given to a group of composers that followed the style and teachings of Arnold Schoenberg. Another technique that modernist composers used to make their music sound unique was using the whole tone scale. Unlike a traditional scale that is made up of 8 notes, a whole tone scale is made up of 6 notes, all of which are a whole step apart from one another. The whole tone scale is shown here as a line of 6 equally spaced ants climbing to reach some whole milk. Claude Debussy was a notable French composer of the Modernist period and famously used the whole tone scale in his music. Take a listen. Claude Debussy is included in our ant colony as a clogged sink in the distance. French musicians were less interested in breaking musical ideas and more fascinated by obscuring and sliding into different sounds. This is called musical impressionism. Another technique composers used to make their music unique involved serialism. A serialist piece of music treats all 12 possible notes equally, removing the idea that one note can be favored, like it was in older music. Serialism is, of course, a box of cereal, complete with 12 vitamins and minerals. This is what serialist music sounds like. Composers liked using this technique because all 12 notes were given equal importance, and it avoided being in a key. Modernist composers found it very challenging to convince others to appreciate the art they were creating because their music was so different from what was considered normal at the time. Some of their music was so strange that people started to wonder, is this music or is it just sound? This debate concerning what was sound and what was music was central to modernism. We depict this discussion as an election debate with two groups of ants vying for a win. The debate about sound versus music is so heated that it is still being argued today. Thanks for joining us on our exploration of the ant colony.